Hi everybody! Today I'm in Val's kitchen and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make my famous Oreo cookies. But before we start making the cookies, there are a few things we have to do. First, we need to get anything out of our space that we don't need. So I'm going to get rid of these water cups and water glasses so I have my whole kitchen counter to use. Anytime I'm in the kitchen, I always want to make sure that the food that I'm making is good and it's clean. So I always make sure that I clean off my area before I start so there's no germs or other crumbs of food getting in what I'm making. So I'm just gonna wipe this down. All right, as you can see, I put my hair up because no one wants hair in their food, and I got my apron on to protect my clothing. And the last thing I'm gonna do before I start to get my ingredients out is wash my hands. To make these cookies, I like to use my stand mixer, but you can use a hand mixer as well. And these are the ingredients we're gonna need for the cookies. So we're gonna need flour, butter, white granulated sugar, vegetable or canola oil, vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla. It's running low, but it still works. Some eggs, some baking soda, and of course, some Oreo cookies. Here are the measurements for all the ingredients. I go over them in the video, but if you want to pause now so you know how much you need of each ingredient, you can do so. This recipe makes about 32 cookies, so I adjusted my oven rack so I can have multiple trays going in at the same time. And I'm also gonna preheat to 350 degrees. The first step in this recipe is to put 4 sticks of softened butter. You wanna make sure they're a little bit soft so they can mix well with the other ingredients into your stand mixer. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Next, you're gonna add your vegetable oil right into your measuring cup for 1/2 cup, and then we'll put that right in the bowl. Next, I'm gonna add my white sugar, and you're gonna need 295 grams of sugar. Using my scale, it will tell me when I have that much sugar in the bowl. So we have our sugar, our oil, and our butter in the bowl. We're gonna put the stand mixer down and start mixing it until it's light and fluffy. So as you guys can see, the mixture is starting to come together a little bit more, but I decided to pause the mixer so I could scrape down the sides. That allows all the ingredients to fully combine together. And I'm gonna whip this for a little bit longer at around speed 8 on my KitchenAid. All right, so while this is whipping up, I decided to start working on my Oreos since I like to multitask in the kitchen. I got about 18 Oreos here, and I'm just gonna start chopping them up. I like to cut my Oreos up pretty small, as you can see, into little pieces. My butter sugar mixture is starting to look a bit lighter, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add my 3 eggs and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. When you crack the eggs, you gotta make sure you're not getting any shells in there, which can be hard to do, but as long as you're careful, you should be good. Got my vanilla extract here that I got from Madagascar vanilla beans. And even though I say you should use a tablespoon, I really measure with my heart the vanilla, so I kind of just dump a bunch in there. And now I'm just gonna mix her right up. So after about a minute or so, this is really starting to come together. But again, I'm just gonna scrape down the sides so I know that the whole mixture is homogeneous. It's now time to add our flour into the wet ingredients because they're all mixed together. So we're gonna add in 650 grams of all-purpose flour. Now that our flour is in there, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking soda. An optional addition is just some table salt. The butter I use has salt in it, so I'm only gonna put a little bit in. But if you use unsalted butter, you can use about 1/2 tablespoon of salt. So now we just added our dry ingredients into the wet mixture. So since the bowl is really full, we're gonna start on a really low speed. It's super important that we don't overmix our mixture. So right when it starts to form a dough type texture, you wanna stop the mixer so you can add your Oreos. Okay, I just added my Oreos, and again, I'm gonna start the mixer on a really slow speed. All right, now that your dough is all mixed together, what you're gonna do is make balls that have approximately 2 tablespoons of dough in them, and you're gonna put 8 on each baking sheet and throw them in the oven. As I explained, I'm gonna put 8 cookies on 1 sheet. You're just gonna wanna press the cookies down so they're about 1/3 of an inch thick. The last step is to put the cookies in the oven for about 11 minutes or until the sides just start to turn golden brown. This is how the cookies look when they're right out of the oven. All right, guys, I'm here with my dad. He's gonna be trying out the cookie today.
Hey everybody, about to try one of Val's famous cookies from Val's Kitchen.
Yep.
Mmm.
You like it? Best cookies around.
Love the texture too.
Yep. All
Good
right.
texture, nice flavor. Now I need a glass of milk.
Yep, it goes perfectly with the cookies.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you learned something about making some cookies. Bye.